Hello everybody. Once again I am here with you for the new session and the new unit which is to be related with the mechanics and properties of matter. Now we are looking today for the introductory section of the surface tension. What exactly meaning to be surface tension we already learned in the 11th or the 12th standard. Now a little bit detail what exactly meaning to be as an surface tension is to be there, that we will see in detail. So first of all, before going to directly as an what meaning to be surface tension, let's have some brief introductory part related with the what exactly this surface tension is going to be occurring as far as the molecules in the particularly liquids we can see. As far as the two types of the molecular forces are going to be working, that is to be adhesive and cohesive forces are to be there. And as far as adhesive forces are nothing but to be the forces of attraction between the molecules of the different substances, and it's particularly for the different pair of the substance are to be there. These two molecules here will be in a for from the different substance are to be there, and these such type of the forces are nothing but to be called as adhesive forces. As far as the cohesive forces are going to be there, it is very simple as far as it is opposite to the adhesive forces to be there, and the forces of attraction between the molecules of the same substance are to be there, which is nothing but to be called your cohesive force are to be there, where the attraction in between the force of attraction in it is to be in between the same substance is to be there, it is cohesive. And for the different substance of the attractions of the forces nothing but to be adhesive force are to be there. Now as far as these forces are going to be there, it is not going to be obeying the inverse square law as far as the cohesive force are to be there, and this force is having greatest in the solid, a little bit less in the liquid, and very least in the your basically called as a gases are to be there. Now why this strongness or the forces gives you particularly shape for the solids, it is due to this force. The cohesive forces are where is having the greatest in the solid, and due to that it is having the shape and definite volume, and the shapes are to be there. As far as the liquid is having only the surface definite shape in the surface area, and as far as the particularly called as a gases, it is to be as an least, it is no like that is to be as an very least force of attraction is to be there, and that is how it is very less or the least in the liquid sorry to be as in gases are to be there. So this is what about the forces are going to be there. Now related with this, the particularly when we are talking about the molecular ranges, or the basically to be as an forces of attraction, that is to be as an in the same substance it is to be cohesive force is to be working. As far as the different substance, the adhesive force is going to be working. Now as far as we are looking for the molecular range, it is nothing but to be similar to be as an gravitational field, or the intensity of the gravitational field area is also to be there. In simple way, the molecular range is nothing but to be the maximum distance up to which the force of cohesive is between to be act, it is nothing but to be called the molecular range. म्हणजे जो ज्या एरियापर्यंत आपल्याला हे कोहिसिव्ह फोर्स आपल्याला जाणवते, ज्या रेंजपर्यंत पर्टिक्युलरली, that distance is nothing but to be particularly called to be as a molecular range as far as the cohesive force are going to be concerned. So this is in a simple way, it is generally having the value 10 raised to minus 7 centimeter. एवढं कमी less amount of the force of attraction we can say, as far as it is to be having in the cohesive force are going to be concerned, or the molecular range for the cohesive substances is nothing but to be 10 raised to minus 7. As far as the solids are going to be concerned, and the liquids are also to be there, having this 10 raised to minus 7 centimeter molecular range is to be there. So this is very simple to understand what it's meaning to be as in molecular ranges are to be there. In the same way, this molecular range also gives you to define what is the sphere of influence is to be there. It is nothing but to be intensity of the gravitational field like area. म्हणजे जसं की आपण इंटेन्सिटी ऑफ द ग्रॅव्हिटेशनल फील्डमध्ये बघत होतो की जेवढ्या एरियापर्यंत त्याचं फील्ड एरिया आहे, दॅट इज टू बी ॲज अँड forces are going to be act. Similarly, in this case, if we draw a sphere around the molecule as a center with the radius equals to the molecular range, म्हणजे molecular range जेवढी आहे, जेवढ्यापर्यंत cohesive force आपल्याला जाणवते, त्या सेंटर ऑफ द मॉलिक्यूलपासून जर आपण एक सर्कल काढला, ड्रॉ केला, पण कुठपर्यंत मॉलिक्युलर रेंज ह्या रेडियसनी जर काढला, तर ती पर्टिक्युलरली इट इज नथिंग बट टू बी द स्पिअर ऑफ इन्फ्लुएन्स इट इज कॉल्ड टू बी ॲज ए. आणि म्हणून त्या पर्टिक्युलर रेंजला दॅट इज नथिंग बट टू बी कॉल्ड ॲज ए स्पिअर ऑफ इन्फ्लुएन्स इज टू बी देअर. So this is what the simply as an sphere of influence means, is nothing but to be the sphere drawn from the molecule as a center with the radius equals to the molecular range. म्हणजे molecular range जेवढी आहे ती रेडियस कन्सिडर करून जेवढा स्पिअर ड्रॉ होईल दॅट इज नथिंग बट द स्पिअर ऑफ इन्फ्लुएन्स. म्हणजे तेवढ्या भागामध्ये जो काही तुमचा जो इन्फ्लुएन्स मॉलिक्युलर रेंजची इन्फ्लुएन्स तुम्हाला जाणवेल आणि त्यालाच आपण स्पिअर ऑफ इन्फ्लुएन्स असं म्हणणार. Similarly, with this case, why these two molecular range and the sphere of influence are very much important to understand what is meaning by to be as a surface tension, and that's why we are looking for. हे सर्व खटाटोप कशासाठी चालला की नेमकं सरफेस टेन्शन काय आहे हे जाणण्यासाठी. And what is that surface tension is to be there? It is simply the force per unit length of a line drawn in the liquid surface acting perpendicular to the at an energy point and the surface to the surface and at energy point and tending to pull the surface apart along the line is to be there. So in the simple way, जर simple भाषेमध्ये जर surface tension सांगायचं असेल, it is nothing but to be the force per unit length is to be there. And basically this case where it is to be as an as far as the definition part is going to be concerned for the surface tension is to be there, it is simply nothing but to be a called to be as an surface tension is nothing but to be the force per unit length or energy per unit area it is to be there. So this is what the simple way to understand the surface tension, that is nothing but to be the force is that is the surface tension is the force per unit length, and or it is simply energy per unit area is to be there. No doubt it is having the units similarly according to that what the force per unit length असल्यामुळे त्यानुसार त्याचे युनिट्स पण जे काय आहेत सीजीएस युनिट जर म्हणताल तर डायन्स पर सेंटीमीटर, बिकॉज इट इज फोर्स म्हणलं की डायन्स, आणि पर सेंटीमीटर दॅट इज पर युनिट लेंथ, म्हणजे लेंथ आपण म्हणणार दॅट इज सीजीएसमध्ये सेंटीमीटर, अँड दॅट्स वाय द सीजीएस युनिट सिम्पली ह्याच्यावरून फोर्स पर युनिट लेंथ म्हणजे सरफेस टेन्शन जेव्हा आपण म्हणालो सिम्पली द सीजीएस युनिट विल बी डायन्स पर सेंटीमीटर, अँड ॲज फॉर ॲज एम के इज टू बी कन्सर्न इट इज न्यूटन पर मीटर इज टू बी देअर. अँड ॲज फॉर ॲज एनर्जी पर युनिट एरिया जर म्हणलं तर बेसिकली हे जूल पर स्क्वेअर मीटर, म्हणजे बेसिकली द एनर्जी पर युनिट एरिया जर कन्सर्न केलं म्हणजे डिफाईन करायचं म्हणलं तर एम के एसमध्ये हेच जूल पर स्क्वेअर मीटर होईल, आणि तेच जर समजा सी जी एसमध्ये एनर्जी पर युनिट एरिया जर कन्सर्न केलं तर अर्ग्स पर स्क्वेअर सेंटीमीटर एवढं त्याचं युनिट आपल्याला म्हणता येईल. सिमिलर केसमध्ये जर समजा डिफरंट सर्फेसेस असतील तर नेमकं त्यानुसार त्या सर्फेसेसला व्हॉट एक्झॅक्टली द प्रेशर डिफरन्स अक्रॉस द बेसिकली द लिक्विड सर्फेसेस आर टू बी देअर, म्हणजे डिफरंट सर्फेस एरिया असेल त्या ठिकाणी फोर्सेस कसे काम करतात ते जर समजा आपल्याला डिटेलमध्ये बघायचं असेल तर त्यासाठी आपल्याला वेगवेगळे सर्फेस एरियाज ऑफ द लिक्विड वी हॅव टू टेक इन टू अकाउंट. फॉर दॅट इफ सपोज द सर्फेस एरिया इज टू बी प्लेन, म्हणजे जर समजा लिक्विड आज घेतला आपण आणि त्याचा सर्फेस एरिया प्लेन असेल, दॅट इज लुक्स लाईक ह्या डायग्राम 2A मध्ये जसं दाखवलेलं आहे त्यानुसार जर समजा सरफेस एरिया असेल म्हणजे प्लेन पाणी जर असेल तर त्या ठिकाणी कोणते फोर्सेस कशा पद्धतीने काम करतात. नो इन दिस केस सपोज द फोर्स दॅट इज सपोज द फ्री सरफेस ऑफ द लिक्विड इज टू बी प्लेन जर असेल लाईकवाईज द 2.2 फिगरमध्ये जसं दाखवलेलं आहे त्यानुसार, देन द रिझल्टंट फोर्स ड्यू टू द सरफेस टेन्शन ऑन द मॉलिक्युलर ऑन अ मॉलिक्यूल ऑन इट्स सरफेस इज टू बी ॲज एन झिरो, दॅट इज टू बी ॲज एन ह्या केसमध्ये जेव्हा प्लेन सरफेस एरिया असतो त्यावेळेस जे काही रिझल्टंट फोर्स असते ते इट इज टू बी ॲज एन झिरो वर्किंग ॲट दॅट केस, अँड द कोहिन्सिव्ह प्रेशर इज जस्ट नॉर्मल अँड निग्लिजिबल इज टू बी देअर. मग त्या केसमध्ये कोहिन्सिव्ह फोर्स किंवा कोहिन्सिव्ह प्रेशर जे काय आहे इट इज ॲज गुड ॲज निग्लिजिबल असते, बिकॉज देअर इज सरफेस एरिया इज टू बी प्लेन. म्हणजे ह्या केसमध्ये जसं की आपण 12वीमध्ये पण बघितलं, जसं की सरफेस एरियापासून जर समजा हवेत असेल तर एअर मॉलिक्यूलची संख्या जास्त असते, 50-50 असेल तर त्या ठिकाणी संख्या ही अर्धी असते, आणि त्यामध्ये बेसिकली जर बघताल तर त्यानुसार सरफेस एरिया चेंज होत जातो, आणि ते जर पूर्ण लिक्विडमध्ये असेल तर वॉटर मॉलिक्यूल जास्त असतात आणि त्यानुसार जो काय आहे तो सरफेस एरिया डिफाईन होत असतो. मग या केसमध्ये जसं की बघताल तर प्लेन सरफेस असेल तर नो डाऊट रिझल्टंट फोर्स विल बी झिरो, and in that case the cohesive pressure is going to be just as a negligible. Now another part where the surface area is going to be the different, that is the concave surface area is to be there. जर समजा surface area लिक्विडचा किंवा कोणत्याही प्रकारचं पाणी असेल किंवा काही अदर सरफेस एरिया जर समजा कॉन्केव्ह टाईप असेल, म्हणजे की 2.2b मध्ये जसं की ह्या फिगरमध्ये दाखवलेलं आहे, इट इज जस्ट लाईक दिस. आणि ह्या पद्धतीने जर समजा कॉन्केव्ह सरफेस एरिया असेल, the resultant force will be on the molecule on the surface would be upward direction. म्हणजे इथं दाखवलेल्या ॲरोनुसार हे इथं फोर्स जे काय आहे, दॅट इज टू बी रिझल्टंट फोर्स विल बी इन द अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन, and the cohesive pressure is decreases in that case is also to be there. So cohesive force in that case going to be decreasing. This is what happens as far as the concave surface areas are to be there. As far as the convex surface area is to be there, that one is to be the last one. Plane we have seen, concave we have seen, now convex. So now where this plane will be, also we can see in the plain water anywhere. where you will see this concave. जर समजा बिकर किंवा एखाद्या कोणत्याही समजा ट्यूबमध्ये जर समजा तुम्ही म्हणताल कॅपिलरी ट्यूब वगैरेमध्ये जर जपताल, तर लिक्विड जे आहे ते तुम्हाला मेजरिंग सिलेंडर त्याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा बेसिकली तुम्हाला जो लिक्विडचा एरिया आहे तो असा जस्ट लाईक कॉन्केव्ह सरफेस सारखा दिसतो एखाद्या ट्यूबमध्ये, टेस्ट ट्यूबमध्ये पण. आणि जे काही आपल्याला हा कॉन्व्हेक्स सरफेस एरिया आहे तो बेसिकली जर समजा ग्लासमध्ये आपण एक्सेस पाणी जर भरलं तर सरफेस एरिया कॉन्व्हेक्स टाईपचा होतो. पाणी पडत नाही, पण तो न पडण्या इतपत जर पाणी आपण त्याच्यामध्ये भरलं तर वरचा सरफेस एरिया तुम्ही जर बघताल तर सेमिस्फिअर टाईप लुक्स लाईक टू बी एज अन कॉन्व्हेक्स सरफेस एरिया इज टू बी देअर. So what happens in this such type of the convex type of the surface area is to be there. In that case, whatever be the looks likes to be as an, this is to be as an the surface area, how it is going to be looks like to be as an convex. The resultant force on the molecule on the surface will be definitely in the downward direction. It is shown here in this diagram also, and the cohesive pressure is going to be increasing in that case is to be there, because the water molecules are going to be increasing, and that's why it is going to be the downward, and that's why the cohesive pressure is in increasing stage. As far as in the previous convex surface area, the water molecules are less and the air molecules are maximum, and that's why the resultant force will be in the upward direction and the cohesive force is going to be decreasing in that case. So this is what the cases where the surface tension and the different surface areas are to be there. For the plane surface area, the resultant force will be also to be as an zero, and whatever the cohesive pressure is also to be as a negligible, or as good as zero we can say at that stage. So this is all about the what type of the what is mean to be as an surface tension, what is meaning to be as a molecular range, what is to be molecular range for the solids are to be there, that is 10 raised to minus 7 centimeter is to be there. Again, the what is the sphere of influence and what exactly meaning to be as an adhesive force, cohesive force, as far as different pressures across the different surface areas we have seen, considering with the your surface tension is to be there. So thank you for the joining this session, and still the pandemic situation is going on increasing, so be at home and be safe. Thank you.